Welcome back, folks. Rare sight. Ticket inspectors from TfL, making sure that people have paid for their travel. I mean, I sometimes do. Joking, guys, I always do. I mean, it's not worth the risk, is it, fundamentally? Yes, times are hard, and at the end of the day, people are looking to save wherever they can save, but that's not really going to be a life-changing amount either way, is it? That said, the annual increases are getting kind of ridiculous, and TfL clearly have enough revenue to employ a mini private army of enforcement officers, so they can't be doing too badly profit-wise, but still fairly rare. That happens maybe once or twice a month, to be honest, which is why a hell of a lot of people chance it, because the odds are that if you're smart you won't get caught. Plus, worst way, when you come out of the underground you can always turn around and go back in again, thus avoiding having to to pay the penalty fare. It just means you're not going to complete your journey. So there is that aspect. Not the nicest of days, folks. It's a little bit overcast, as you can see. Actually, the good thing is that the farmers got yesterday's weather and not today's weather. Now, the upside is that in a couple of days, latest supposedly Friday. Oh, Jesus saves, are you saved? I am, thank you. Latest by Friday, we're supposedly going to be back in the sunshine, everyone. Tuk tuk, tuki tuk tuk tuk. Oh, he's looking a bit sheepish, doesn't like to look at the camera, Mr. Tuk Tuk Man. Tuki tuk tuk tuk. Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we might well be bathed in glorious light, folks. Yes. I mean, there's no guarantees, obviously, because this is the UK, but there's as much chance of having a massive snowfall and a hurricane as there is actually getting sunshine and decent weather. However, I remain as ever optimistic. I'm not seeing any protests yet, but it's only a matter of time. What a lot of you won't have realised until you saw part one from yesterday is that there actually was another protest that scared the horses before the farmers even turned up. Another Iranian protest with flags. That I tried to tell them you're going to scare the horses, but they didn't care and they just carried on, which is unfortunate, to be quite honest. Now, today's nothing is planned, but except the bong. Oh, that was quite a brief bonk. Why is the queue so big today? I don't get it. It's murky. There's very, very low light levels. There's absolutely nothing that would make you excited. I guess unless... And again, if you've never seen it before, you know, when it is sunny, you can't really say that, hey, you know, I missed the best part, because you won't have realised that the light here does make all the difference. This is why on those rare mornings of sunshine, folks, during the winter, I'm like a rabbit straight out of my warren when it comes to getting on the street and filming. The phone boxes always look extremely brightly red though, regardless, don't they? I wonder if they paint them with some sort of special luminous paint. Because to be honest, it's a bit old and dirty, but it doesn't look that bad, does it, really? Oh wait, the kids run away. She's like, right, you get it. So you just shove one of them in front and grab the other one. Meanwhile, it's always finding other happy spots for the happy shots. Now, there were a few famous faces at different times yesterday on Whitehall. Now, the problem is it's impossible to be all over the place. But the good thing is that the video, the second video, which was the farmers' protest itself, that video finished with just 3% left on the battery. Yeah. So I thought to myself, we can't risk that happening again. So yesterday, when I went home, I quickly ordered a MagSafe wireless charging case for the filming phone, which means that I can now pop a little magnet on the back of the phone to charge it if absolutely critically necessary, because there's no way to plug this phone in whilst I'm filming, because the USB port mounts itself on the gimbal. So I thought, hold on, how else could we charge it? Hey, wirelessly. Ta-da! My little eureka moment. So that should, in theory, take care of that. I mean, I'm optimistic, guys. Quietly optimistic that it'll work. I haven't got to test it yet, but I'll try and do that this week. I think today the horses should, in theory, be a lot more relaxed. Big difference, eh? It's gloriously quiet compared to yesterday. I mean, I have no idea what that'll mean vis-a-vis horse guards, but it's been a good number of days now since we were able just to stand and film happy horses in the cold weather. So I'm secretly hoping that that is what will be possible this morning. The thing is, one never knows these days. Things can kick off so quickly and unexpectedly. We're at 11:30. I wasn't in a particular rush today because there's no guard change at Buckingham Palace. I'm expecting no vegetable and potato hunting tourists to be filing through en masse, but what I am hoping is that we will just about get to see all 4 of the horses in today's video, possibly a few interesting outfits, and who knows, maybe another tourist will turn up like yesterday with a Spanish apple. Oops. 1 second, I'm just trying to squeeze through. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. It's okay. Gosh. Frenchie school group. Frenchie school group there. Let's try and get ahead of this group as well.
Don't pretend you have a gun in front of me.
People looking at the markings on the pavement. I'm not sure what they signify. Maybe a hunger strike or X amount of time since X happened. I don't know. I think it's been mentioned on this channel before what the markings are on the chalk markings on the pavement outside Downing Street. The surprising thing actually is that they're still there and they haven't either been 1 washed away or 2 cleansed away by the street cleaners and the little jet washmobiles. So it is nice and quiet, which I regard as being a huge positive. There will only, in all probability, be a single part to today's video. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a day or 2 days even of delay between the footage being shot and actually being published. I don't like, if it can be avoided, to publish more than 1 video per day. It's not really that there's anything wrong with it, but you've probably noticed how the channels that do that, the spammy channels as we call them, this guy, I'm not sure if he was doing it on purpose, just poking his head around the column. Yeah, you've probably noticed the spammy channels that do that have basically 0 traffic these days. So I think it's more important to go for something with tangible quality instead of just boom, dropping tons of footage out there and hoping for a couple of views on every video. Right, who have we got in the boxes? It's looking as though we've got the same roster as yesterday. Gent Trooper at this end, who yesterday, like a fool, I mistook for one of my favourite lady troopers. Why did I do that? Because I'm simple, that's why. Okay, moving ahead, a little teeny weeny bit. Here we are. Actually, hold on folks. I did it again. The trooper that I thought it was yesterday, the lady trooper, it is today. This is not the same trooper that we had at this end during this shift yesterday. So they're mixing it up. Definitely mixing it up. So it's yeah, a lady trooper at this end. Finally got it right. How's about that? I mean, it's probably good that I took the time. Oh, of course he's looking. Took the time to glance above the camera before looking like a total prat all over again. Oh, everyone's normally, I can normally film here completely anonymously. No one gives a whatever. But today it seems everyone's noticing there's a camera. which is kind of good and bad, I guess, all at once. Hoodie posse in the house. No idea which country yet because no one's speaking. Oh, here we are. See what I mean about things happening quickly, guys? I just got here. I have no clue what it was, unless quite possibly the horse has got Espanol phobia. Doesn't like Spanish tourists. I mean, that was kind of an instantaneous self-ejection from the box. That, guys, is how a pilot feels when they eject themselves using the ejector seat when things go wrong during a flight. See, look at this lady over here. These silly kids over here jumping around. I wonder if they'd be jumping around like that if the horse decided to jump on their head. Pro's grabbing himself a quick shot. The trooper's mouthing something to someone behind me. I don't know what it is or why the horsey is not a happy chap. The button's there if it gets really bad, but let's not forget, folks, that at all times the troopers are being surveilled by the camera above their heads. So however bad it might seem to get, let me stand a little bit off as well instead of so close, a little bit to the side, just in case it's possibly me that's contributing to the horse's distress. Why has David something got? Ah, that's why. Wait, why has he got my name? He's got my name on his high vis. Why has he got John written on his high vis? Oh. Red Riding Hood changed their mind, which is kind of curious. That was one of the fastest unexpected emergencies from the box we've ever seen. I think we're going to have it possibly again. Gatesman. Actually, wait, today's gatesman is yesterday's boxman from the far box. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second, everybody. What have we got here? Right, it's roughly 12:30. How long is our lovely gatesman, in fact, going to remain at his post without moving? Gosh, it's been over a year since we've seen a gatesman spending his time in this position. Key question, horse or gatesman? I mean, the second I move, the gatesman's going to move. I just flipping know it. However, if the tourist decides to start going forward, only takes one to pose with our lovely gatesman here. Others will follow. Here he is. Let's see. I'm not going to move from this spot unless something dramatic commands my attention. Now, the all-time record is 20 odd minutes, held, funnily enough, by one of his colleagues. Yeah, one of his colleagues holds that record from the summer before last, which I personally don't think will ever be beaten. Then again, who knows? There are a lot of people here, folks. It's not dead. Look, plenty of people here on the other side. However, no one is certain whether they're allowed to approach the guard. It just takes one brave soul, and here he is. Roll up, little man. Gatesman is kind of thinking to himself, some important civil servants are like, hold on a second, if these soldiers are not actively doing anything here, maybe we have some budget cuts to introduce. And he's off. One person, one boy got a picture, which, to be honest, makes him quite a special lad, does it not? Others, I think, were very curious and wanted to get their picture taken, but they just didn't have the you-know-whats. That was Jebediah Bundy, actually, from Married with Children, that just walked by with a massive ginger beard. Oh, this is guy going to park his Santander cycle in the box. And weirdly enough, the other horses completely calmed down. Like, why would you have that sudden massive meltdown twice? Unless something was biting him, and then just go back to normal. It's almost like somebody, a trooper at the back was playing a joke. They're kind of like, hey, let's just quickly taser the horse and see how she deals with it. Twice. And she passed. The trooper passed. I'm keeping an eye over my shoulder though, just in case, because one never knows. Oh wait, John's still here again in his high vis. Should I be alright, guys? That maybe it's a fan stalking me. Oh. Oh wait, I'm moving out of the way because all of those kids that just came out. Flip, here he is again. Look, wherever I go, John's going. Kids, you probably heard that. Are you live streaming, or are they live streaming? I hate that because it means you get people making all kinds of silly faces, thinking that they're going to be, famous for a moment, like in the good old days of Vine. It doesn't quite work like that these days, but that's it, bro. Always Ash remembers to take his hat off. Smart thinking, to be fair. Yet again, almost everyone that is here is French. I guess so in that respect, Brexit has been a huge success because they're here in the same kind of numbers that they were pre-Brexit. So much for you won't be able to travel so often, which is one of the lies they attempted to sell us. Oh, you won't be able to go to France without a visa. It's kind of rubbish. It's like, well, hello? It's not true. Okay, so Horsey's back to normal, look at that. He's like, John, I'm not. I'm just holding it in. I'm actually really nervous. I'm really angry. I'm really tired and cold. And I want my breakfast. He's got about 17 minutes to wait, give or take. See, this is when I get a bit nervous, guys. Look, little bro is put against the wall. Mum's taking a picture. If that horse darts out, like it just did, what, twice? That's it, quick, get back to mummy. To be honest, guys, for a non-guard change day, especially with it being basically miserable as hell weather-wise, it's not a bad little crowd of people here. Tuesdays are typically actually one of the quietest days of the week as well, so if we get more than 2 people, that's going to be a bit of a win in my book. I wonder if the horse was doing that before I arrived. I'd be super curious if not. Maybe he just wanted to be, you know what, I just figured out, guys. The horse is thinking to himself, so I've got a 50-50 chance of being on John's picture of the day. However, if I run out of the box and make a bit of a scene here at Horseguards, it's much more likely he's going to remember me and put my picture as, I think that's what's going on in the stables at night. They're kind of like, there's a bit of competition between the horses. They're like, I really like that picture the other day that you had. John captured you well. And the horse in the next stall is like, yeah, it's a good point actually. How do I convince John to take my picture? Well, you know what, Horsey, you've succeeded, and you are going to be picture of the day, yeah? Don't look bashful. Trouble is, guys, it's actually really hard to push the shutter button on my phone when I'm double gloved. I had this problem yesterday, in fact, so I only got one picture when I was up on the cherry picker. Which, to be honest, is quite depressing because it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm going to get the hoof number quickly so I can match it up with a name a bit later. Okay, done. Okay, so Horsey's earned his place in the Horsey Hall of Fame for being a good boy. It's not a brilliant picture, but it's good enough, and to be honest, I don't want to really be there disturbing him. Okay, is the gatesman going to go for round 2? That's the question, guys. What do we think? Is he going to stay in the arches? Or is he going to come back to the front and aim to stay there until noon? Actually, you know what? Maybe he's not even going to leave the arches. To be fair, the police haven't left the arches on the other side. So it might seem as though... might seem... One second, guys. Oh, I thought I saw somebody trying to stuff one of the things from the guard shop in their pocket. They did, but then they took it out with the wallet to pay. So it's just like I didn't turn the camera actually. We've actually got, looking at it, the chitsman, in fact, and the gatesman could virtually be twin brothers. They're not twin brothers, but they could be. They look super similar. I don't think, actually, looking at the troops that we've got here today, that today's chitsman on my left was out at all yesterday. I don't think he was either a chitsman or a boxman. In other words, I think they've rotated. So here he comes again. Actually, maybe not. It's like, let me just muck up John's video. Oh, hold on a second. Hussein Jolt. I think he's decided to skip this one. He's like, yep, I'm not going back to the front this time. I mean, we're 13 minutes away from the hour, so perhaps he won't bother. Although obviously if I walk to the front, he will probably come out. I was actually in two minds today about coming out, guys, because one thing I noticed yesterday evening is how many people, are coughing and spluttering and blah, 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 blah. In other words, you know, a new round of sickness has befallen tourists and locals here in London. Every flipping time there's one day of super cold, everybody suddenly gets sick, and boom, everyone else catches it. And it's extremely depressing, to be fair. It's one thing I don't want, certainly before next week, which is half term, and hopefully a bit brighter, is to get sick. In fact, that, to be honest, right now is my biggest fear. Everybody turning up actually and getting a picture this morning doesn't quite realise how lucky they are, because it's still relatively unusual to just be able to stroll over, not have anyone else that you don't know in your picture destroying it, and casually take your time to pose. Lots of luggage here as well this morning, look. I still can't decide whether they're allowed to go over or not. Maybe no one else for this horse's shift is going to go over, folks. So I'm looking through the gate while I'm standing here and deciding where's best to stand, and to be honest, I have absolutely no idea, darlings. I mean, there are plenty of people. There are just not plenty of people in close proximity to the horse. I'm also wondering whether or not after the 12 o'clock changeover, which is coming up shortly, I'll have some unexpected guests wandering along Whitehall. So I think the gatesman has decided that that is it for your shift. He's put in his 10k steps. Samsung Health is giving him the fingers up. It just looked optically as though they were going to walk straight into the archway. People are more likely to walk into the archway when there's no one in the yard, right? Because you don't feel quite so bashful about going to have a little peek about, you know, what's around the corner, etc. One of you mentioned in the comments yesterday, I noticed about the apparent lack of consistency in terms of locals or people that live and work in the area exiting the gate and going straight through the box, and them not being told by the troopers to get out of the box. Now that isn't strictly true. However, it's very clear to the troopers when they're sitting up there who are local faces. For example, civil servants and military personnel in plain clothes, others from the MOD, etc. And obviously a lot of people that come in and out of these gates regularly are based here at London District. This is the Army's, this massive, glorious building, Palladian building I believe, is the Army's headquarters here in London. So I'd wager that a lot of the people that the troopers see in and out all the time are known faces, and as such it's probably better not to potentially shout at, you know, a senior officer or somebody that could send you off to Helmand province to to build a field hospital if you shout at the wrong person, for example. That would be my reading of why most people are given a bit of a free pass when they're exiting the gate. And to be honest, even I can see the people that are suited and booted that work around here and those that are tourists. How? Because 99% of the time the tourist ones with bobble hats, rucksack and everything else, whereas the locals typically will have a folio or an armful of papers, etc. So it isn't terribly difficult, I think, for the troopers to figure out who is intentionally entering the box and who is simply going about their daily business without intending to cause offence. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that's how I would guess they differentiate between those who do enter the box as tourists. See, look, they've noticed, saying it straight away. Dad is saying get closer, and they're saying no, pointing at the line. We can't quite get all of the box in because if we do, we cut off the trooper's head. Yeah, of course, he's definitely ready for breakfast. But good to see him settled though. I'm very tempted to take out the phone and check which one it is, but I still don't want to risk you guys. The phone's only a week old. Honestly, I would cry super hard if I got robbed on my own video. I was tempted to cut out the bit yesterday where the Getty News guy filmed my face in my own video, but I thought, you know what difference does it make? Fundamentally it doesn't, so I just left it. Everybody's dashing inside. I think they're more excited about the gatesman. Look, it's a little tour group, in fact. Actually, I recognise the tour guide, the guy with glasses and the beard. We've seen him before. Dans 5 minutes. It's funny actually, because remember I said a couple of weeks ago about this Frenchie school teacher that had complained again about the students disrespecting the guard video. Every single time. It's a cultural thing. In France, you can't do what I'm doing now, because every individual has the legal right to their own image and privacy rights. So in other words, you can't take a picture of somebody else and monetize it in the usual way, because you can, the French privacy laws claim, hey, breach of privacy and have the content removed. It's a little unfortunate in some respects. Oh, well-dressed little gent. Look at this. Devil boy from Only Fools and Horses. That's right, mate. That's right, bruv. Curiously enough. Now, the good thing for us is that not all the Frenchies know that they can cry to YouTube and be like, meanie filmer John put my face in his video. However, folks, some do, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, at the end of the day, schools do have a legal duty, I'm sure, to safeguard their pupils, including if their image rights are being disseminated. But those complaints are typically dismissed, luckily for us. Changeover is coming in about 5 minutes. The difference, though, in the environment, how the trooper could just stroll out, open the boxes, stroll back in, didn't have to raise her voice, didn't have to tell a single person off, and everybody's respectfully filing on the line. Enjoy it, guys. It might not seem like the most interesting sight, but this is a hell of a lot better than the chaos we sometimes get here, and the inevitable disrespect that comes along with the chaos in large numbers. I'm not sure what Miss Fluffycoat is doing. Has she got a secret apple? I wonder. Has the horse hypnotised her? I have no idea. Half tempted to pop into the yard actually with everyone else, but I don't know if they're going to change over the foot guards. Actually, if he does leave the arch to head into the tunnel, I will then go into the yard for the changeover. How's about that? As a compromise. Brave actually probably should have told her, walking around with a bag like that, open, pickpockets, dip their hand in 2 seconds. Bye bye wallet, bye bye passport, bye bye basically anything else that they like to get their hands on. I'm like way back now because I hate being up super close when there's no one else here. It actually does feel intrusive. In an ideal world, we should be able to film this far back all the time, but if we do, most days we get too many people in the way. Walking through the frame, etc. Just like those two did. So will we, guys, get anyone else going for a picture or not, or is that we got like the lowest number of people ever in a single video. One thing that's markedly different from yesterday is different from yesterday is the temperature. It's a balmy 5 degrees, guys. Which, yes, it might sound like it's chilly, but compared to yesterday, it's like being in the Caribbean. So look, they're actively avoiding the horse. I don't think we're even going to get the opportunity of going for an outfit of the day today. In fact, I might have to flip the camera and film myself. Thus far, best outfit I've seen all day is my own. And it's not a particularly aesthetically pleasing one, folks, so that should tell you all you need to know about the poor sartorial choices we've seen so far today. I think we might, simply because we'll get the... oh, he's back. Del Boy's back. I thought he was actually going to come and give me a slap then. We'll stay at this spot for a minute because we'll see the two horses come out behind the trooper and this lovely beauty. Look at this. The trooper's actually thinking, I don't need to shout at anybody. She can't believe it, and neither can I. They're waving at the horse. I'm not sure what sort of response they're hoping to get. What's going to lift up its front leg and wave back? Nope. Don't worry, guys. You're not actually destroying the video. You're enhancing it. From this position, we can actually get everything. Look, the entire box and everything else. So you're probably wondering, hey, why don't you always film in this position? Well, guys, because it's not this quiet. Oh, there we are. Howdy, swords. Oh, Fluffy Coat is back. Look, not even a single person being told to get back at the front here. How long has it been since we've seen a day like this, guys? I think it's the first day this year when the troopers have actually had nothing to do in terms of crowd control. Okay, who have we got coming up next? Horse-wise and guard-wise. Okay, so the trooper that's coming into the box on the left is actually the trooper that was here first of all yesterday morning. So that is a gent trooper over there. Descend? Not sure yet. Possibly a new face. Okay, he's off. Bye-bye to you, horsey beauty. Actually, a new face, yes, but a new face to the regiment, no. We've seen this trooper before. Horse-wise, not quite sure actually. Fluffy forelock, happy face, larger horse. Again, I will defer to you well-seasoned regular viewers of this channel to drop the horsey names into the comments. One of those royal looking ones, is it? I don't think it's Valerian. Wouldn't surprise me if it is actually. One of those horses with the larger head that looks like really kind of important and regal. Film a teeny bit from the side. That might help out if we're not entirely sure. Look, a proper HCAV black, which to be honest, I was just thinking will likely attract the attention of the tourists, finally. Great, so obviously now there's so many people I can't flip and get back to where I was. Hold on, the gatesman's coming out. Which was pretty quick to be fair. Here he comes, again. Easy peasy. What I did notice actually, the troopers' necks, both in the boxes and on foot, are very much exposed to the elements. Oh, flip. I was just thinking to myself, I bet this time, instead of staying at the front, he will go into the yard and enter the tunnel. And guess what just happened? He went into the yard and entered the tunnel. Now what do we think, guys? Is it likely that he's going to stay in the tunnel? Or is he going to make a fool of me and double back? I didn't realise there was so much water on the ground. Nice reflection of the no cycling sign, however. I'm going to walk along the passageway here because that way, if he does turn around and come back, I'm not going to feel so stupid. Yeah, he's coming back already. So I made the right choice, to the disappointment of these tourists who were hoping to get a picture. They're like, who is that? God, actually it's easy to see why there were not so many people out. I wonder why there were so many police there actually. I think there is some kind of event at the Guards Memorial today. Notice we've got police outriders and also several vehicles, which is more than we usually get, plus TSG etc. there. So either there has been or is going to be shortly, I think, some kind of parade or memorial at the Guards Memorial, which is in the distance in the centre. Not a nice day for it, is it? The cleaning staff, I think have quit. They're just like, you know what, it's too cold, I'm going home. It's really not though, guys. I haven't noticed it at all today. And I have one layer less than yesterday. Not that you noticed it from the way a lot of the tourists have wrapped themselves up. Still fairly good light now, at least here, compared to back there. Peaceful, calm, tranquil sights of central London on a Tuesday. The guards on foot are pretty much able to go about their duties without any attention from the tourists today, which I guess is a positive. I don't know, to be honest, because some really enjoy it and they say that it makes the time go by much, much, much faster. This is why the boxes are preferred to being on foot, not just because you get to sit on a horse, but because it goes by a lot faster. Why? There's always, even on a quiet day when there's only about 5 tourists, oh my gosh, she's back again. There's always something, someone, an interesting sight, something unusual, unexpected, some famous faces, some cute, interesting and well-dressed tourists. Always something unique to see at the front. Plus, to be honest, given the choice between standing on your own feet for 2 hours and having a warm-blooded animal between your legs, I prefer the horse as well. We've finally got what looked to be a decent number of people arriving. I mean, it doesn't actually mean that anyone's going to go and pose, but you never know. I remain as ever optimistic. This could actually be the first video of the year in which not a single person was instructed to get their you-know-whats out of the box or behind the white line. video finishes without a single person being told anything verbally by the guards, that will be, if not the first, one of the first times ever that we've shot a video here and not one single person has done something wrong. But for the moment I'm going to focus on the groups that are arriving. There are several large tall groups that have left Trafalgar Square and are coming this way. Thing is, the kill boy just goes straight past, you never know. Well, in fact there are so many, I think they're probably under the misapprehension that there's free onion soup being given away at Horseguards today. Look at it. He says patiently while every single person just stands there, doesn't get any closer. Nobody knows how to behave though, to be honest, when they first arrive here. So they just stop and watch everyone else. Either that or they're scared of they're scared of the camera, it could be. It's YouTube, yeah, it's yeah. Ah, you watch the horses?
Yes,
Ah.
like
Wait, let me show you which one it is. 1 second, you might know it. French.
Yes.
Yeah? Where are you from, guys? Paris or?
Yes, no, Lyon.
Oh, you're from Lyon?
Yes.
Ah, I was in Lyon last summer. In fact,
We
Lyon.
come just for this horse.
Wait,
Yes.
No, come on, guys.
Not just for that, but
but it's one of
Yes.
our motivation.
really? So
Yes.
this is like an interesting and exciting thing for
Yes.
you guys.
Yes, because we just stay 2 days and we say where we can go. Let's go. We go see the horse beaten.
Ah, okay,
sometimes
okay.
After work we take a drink and in the TV put the videos.
Ah, well, I mean, I have good news, guys. It's this one.
Yes, is that maybe? Yes, is that?
Have you seen this before?
Yes.
That is a weird and small world. No, what a coincidence.
I take
Yeah, go ahead.
the photo for confirmation.
Guys, if you're going to go and get a picture with the horse, you'll be in today's video.
Yes.
Yeah, would you like to? No, you don't want to. Okay, lady shy. There we are. Visitor from Lyon. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Wow, that is extraordinary, actually, in fact, that there's this much interest. I'm really glad that you didn't get shouted at. Okay, I didn't want the guards to shout at you for going over the line.
Yes.
Can I too? Can I too?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't understand. Sometimes people go and touch the horse.
They still do. It's a funny thing though. I don't understand. You know, it's very clear, isn't it? Oh, see, like this. You see this? The second that he moved, he told this guy to get behind the line. But if you guys are from Lyon, you already know that it's here for a reason. It's to stop people getting too close. But you're right. A lot of people do get close. They don't pay attention. They don't, listen. And it's funny because if, for example, you walk anywhere near the Élysée Palace in Paris, the gendarmes in 1 second are like, "Hey, stop! Get back! Stand back! Whatever."
Yeah.
But here, people are
indication.
just oblivious completely. Yeah, which is funny because I don't know if you saw, the police inside do have a lot of guns,
Okay.
but obviously the soldiers don't have a gun; they have a sword. I'm thinking if the soldier was here with a gun, people would not go anywhere near him. The mounted trooper guys with a gun. What do you think about that, guys? Should the troopers be given sidearms in addition to the sword? Probably not. It'll take away the glorious historical aspects of.
You do that all the day.
No, I try to do. It depends what's happening here. So yesterday there was a big protest here. Lots of farmers and tractors. This whole road, all of this was closed. 1,000 tractors, all of it was closed. So sometimes if there's a big protest, I will film it. Otherwise, I try to do a 1 hour video here 4, sometimes 5 days a week. That's it. So yeah, just a 1 hour video. Because sometimes it's fun, and plus I get to meet interesting people from Lyon or other places that I wouldn't meet normally.
Okay.
Plus beautiful horses, no? Aren't
Yes.
they? Like really magnificent horses. But it's interesting because yesterday and today, almost every tourist and all the big groups that are here are from France. Do you guys have holidays now in France? School holiday or?
Because it's the plane. The place actually it's way less.
Really?
Well, for Lyon to London, it's 20
Ah, so wait, you think a
Actually,
lot of people are now taking the opportunity to come to London because it's really cheap holiday, yeah?
Exactly.
Ah, makes sense. 20 euros, is that all?
Yes, it's
Damn it, I wish Eurostar to Paris was that cheap. That's really good value, isn't it?
Paris, I don't know, but Lyon it's 20 actually.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good
Normally
value.
it's 150, 200.
Ah, so because it's kind of quietish now, like it's not, not a lot of tourists
Yes.
are traveling, so it's very,
Because
very
it's
cheap.
cold.
Yeah. Okay. Is it colder here, guys, than at home in Lyon right now?
No.
No?
No,
It's
same. Really same.
More raining.
Yeah, more really.
I mean, of course, come on.
we have snow.
Wait, there actually snow?
Yes.
Yeah? I wish we had snow here. We didn't have any, in fact. It would be great. No one's actually ever filmed the horses here in the snow. It doesn't exist because there's never been enough snow to settle on the ground here.
Okay.
So a lot of us are hoping that one day maybe it will snow in London and we'll get to see the horses standing in the snow. Kind of beautiful, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Black horse,
Yes,
white
of
snow.
But I don't know if you stay here if you have snow.
Yes.
Very cold.
They will stay. I think they get taken off if it gets to -5.
You have a socket?
They do actually. Yeah, sometimes they wear these little plastic boot things on the hoofs. But yeah, they will keep the horses on even if it snows. To be honest, the only time they get taken off is if it gets, I think, above 35 degrees in the summer, or like yesterday when there's a protest. If there's a lot of noise and people screaming and shouting and beeping,
That's why
they take the horse off.
yesterday.
Yes, yeah. So this is why they were here in the morning for about 1 hour, and then all of the protesters arrived and they took the horses back inside.
We come yesterday. We go here just for the horse.
And no horse.
No, just farmer. Maybe it's better.
All the way from Lyon.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
a lot of noise.
It was very noisy, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Farmer, it's cool yesterday.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, to be honest. Yesterday's video was about the farmers. It was a good day. It was a fun day yesterday. British people are starting to wake up and protest a lot more. You French have always protested a lot about
Yes.
everything important.
Yes.
Here, we don't really have a history of that, but we're starting to do it more. It's a good thing,
Yes.
No? because otherwise the government doesn't listen.
It's every government. It's same in France.
Massively so, I know. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, Macron is still president, but nobody likes him, true?
No.
So,
Just I have in my friend. I don't have people for Macron.
sure, even the people that really liked Macron originally don't like him anymore.
But the problem is a lot of people want Le Pen. It's a big problem. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's a small problem
don't
now, and
understand.
that's an even bigger problem.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen. You guys are not in a good situation, are you, with politics in France? It's a
Yes.
bit.
We don't have problem with the immigration. We find a problem for nothing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The problem is just the pay. It's
Yeah,
too
that's
less.
yes, yeah. But that's because there are so many people arriving, and more people that come to France to work in economic migrants pushes down pay for everybody else.
Yes.
If you could take on somebody and give him 7 or 8 euros, you're not going to pay a Frenchman 15 euros.
Yes.
It's a huge problem. Same problem here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same problem here.
The pay is not good here.
The pay is reasonable, but the problem is now we have the same problem that you guys have with so many economic migrants arriving in the dinghies from Calais and other places, and working here illegally, not paying taxes, and a lot of employers like nail bars and some retail, they give them like £5 or £6 an hour cash because they don't have to take a British person and give them the minimum wage, which is like £12 an hour or so. So we have the same problem.
Perhaps the price of the life increased too
Yeah.
here, because in France it's the problem. When we make for food, for example, or there's some food, it's unbelievable the price.
I noticed it. Last year I was in Paris 4 times last year, and I was in Paris for New Year like a few weeks ago. And just New Year compared to a year ago, I noticed how much more expensive even simple things are, like a bottle of Oasis in Carrefour is more than it was 1 year ago. It might only be like a little bit, but everything's going up all the time. You see it, like, hold on, when's it going to stop? Very expensive groceries in Paris now, no?
Yes. The museum, it's free here.
The museum at the back?
British, it's free. British Museum.
British Museum is free. Did you guys go to the National Gallery, the National Portrait Gallery
No,
in Trafalgar
actually.
Square? That's also free.
Yes.
Yeah, and it has the best paintings. Yeah,
Okay.
the best paintings.
We think go to the natural.
National Gallery.
Exactly.
That's it. Basically, that gallery is our version of. I can't remember what it's called now. At the Louvre. Sorry, this is our Louvre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And today it should be quite quiet because there are not so many tourists out. So that's a good free thing to do, to be honest. Either that or got this soldier here coming to arrest you guys. He's like, papers? Have you guys got a visa?
You check.
he's gonna check you to see if you've got a border stamp. And the gatesman's going back in, folks.
Okay.
And boom, there it
They
is.
do that every half hour.
No, it varies. They can do it when they want to do it, but typically every 15 minutes.
Okay.
So we've just passed the 15 minutes on the clock. So normally every 15 minutes he will leave, come out, stretch his legs, check that everything is okay with his colleagues, and then head back into the yard and stand there in the cold. Hard work, no, when it's this cold to do that. He does that for 2 hours as well.
Yes. No move.
Yep.
It's, if you have
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. You can't. If that happens, you can't scratch it. You've just got to like, you know what? Just take it. But yeah, if you guys have got time, that's probably the best free thing to do. National Gallery or Portrait Gallery. Plus, this way is also Covent Garden, and lots of other interesting things to see. Definitely that way. That way is Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, but I don't know if you saw that already. So. Oh, look at this cute doggy in the little coat.
You come here every week, every day for the fight?
Normally 4 mornings for 1 hour or so in the week. So, but not every day, but most.
We come back with couple friends. Normally here.
Okay.
Here. If you go filming.
Perfect.
I see you.
Group shot.
Have a good day.
Enchanté. What's your name?
Leo, and you?
Leo. John.
Don.
John. What's your name?
Laura.
Laura. Enchanté, Laura.
Thank you.
Guys, enjoy the rest of your time. You know, it was nice to meet you very much.
Good luck for your video.
Pleasure. Take it easy, guys. Were they lovely guys or what? Super chill, super friendly. Really interesting conversation. Merci beaucoup, Leo et Laura. Fantastic, guys. Like I said, every single time we come out, even if it's a quiet morning, and even if there might not be a lot happening with the horses and the troopers and tourists standing, posing, whatever, every time there's something unexpected or a lovely person, or in that case, couple, come along and talk to us. Fantastic. And that's really interesting, the fact that they watch horseguards videos at home and really enjoy watching the horses. I guess there's a slight kind of ASMR relaxing quality to having the videos playing in the background. Yes, there's some humour and everything else, but at the end of the day, it is pretty chill just to watch a horse being a horse, isn't it? You know? I know a lot of you guys watch this channel far more for the fact that we cover beautiful, unique horses than even my commentary, folks, or indeed the way tourists are dressed and everything else. So there's definitely that aspect of it as well, to be honest. But wow, that was a very pleasant surprise. Lyon isn't the other side of the planet, but that's still a fair old trip, isn't it? I'm guessing flight from Lyon's probably 2.5 hours. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's probably about 2 hours, I would think. We should maybe do London City Walks episodes in French cities, guys. What do we think? Trouble is, I don't know which areas are, the hood. I'm not sure I'd be comfortable walking outside the Paris ring road, for example, into the areas with the banlieues and everything else, because at the end of the day, my French is is not even conversational, so it would be a massive problem if we got into a situation whereby people are saying like, you know, what are you doing here, or what do you want, or why are you filming? I'd be like, oh, I don't know. I really would be thinking, I don't know. So we've got a few people still here, not a lot, and they seem pretty happy. But that event, a few people have just sort of run off through the tunnel. That event I was referring to at the back, I still have no clue what it is. It might well be the case that there is something at the Guards Memorial. I did actually have a look at the calendar of events for London this morning, and I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
It was quite weird. Sometimes you see good things and sometimes they're weird.
Plus, to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of military personnel going in and out of the yard today. We normally get a lot of people from London District that are in and out of the tunnel area if there's something happening. So I'm reluctant to run over to the Guards Memorial, because at the end of the day, this channel is primarily about what happens here at Horseguards and on Whitehall. But yeah, there's quite a large gathering over there at the back. But folks, a few other people that regularly film here have gone to grab that footage, so whatever it is, you will find it elsewhere. We've got our last few lucky tourists in today's video. Honestly, it's probably the quietest video I ever remember shooting here in about 2 years. But enjoy it, people, because the second the sunshine comes out this weekend and then we go into half term, boom, we won't see scenes like this again until probably next autumn, or potentially after Christmas in 2026. I haven't actually checked, but I think winter order is the second week of summer order, or change from winter order to summer order is the second week of April. Instinctively, I think it is. That's it. That's it. Pose with your milk and with your Sprite.
But I think kids just go there and get like so drunk.
Notice that the large tour groups that arrive, for example, there's one in the yard right now, a huge number of people in the yard. Look, looks like they've been in prison, they've been naughty, and they've been imprisoned by the police. They're not, for whatever reason, spending as much time as they would before at the front. I wonder if a lot of the tour guides have now decided not to bring as many people in large numbers here, precisely because of the boxes. We won't know for sure until Easter hits and the very famous, well-known faces come back, the very large tour groups. So only one person, in fact, I mean, earlier I was just saying this might be the only video ever where no one's been said or spoken to about a single thing. And no guard has had to say do this, do that. But we did get one, didn't we, at the other end. And it was a surprising one because it was a local who innocently came through the gates and stepped into the box, and bam! The only one. How the hell is she not cold? It's flipping freezing, guys, honestly. I didn't notice it originally, but after you're outside for an hour-ish, the cold starts to bite. Some of these hardy tourists, wow. Okay, this lady I think is going to have to be our outfit of the day. Elegant and a nice smile. So what more could you want for a picture opportunity with the King's horse? So many people actually have turned up behind me, but many people, oddly I've noticed these days, stand behind me and like watch the screen to see what's going to be on it before deciding to go in front. But to be fair, I think most people are far more afraid or allergic to the idea of being on a live than a pre-recorded video. Plus, good luck ever getting any footage taken off of TikTok after it's been posted. That's a virtually impossible task.
Okay, mach nochmal.
Oh, back in the cold. Brave.
Ja, mach mal was anderes. It's actually
I wonder which language that is actually. Oh, he's back. Is he going to go for round 2? What do we think, people? This time we have a lot of tourists here, both at the front and in the yard. But will they all ignore him? Probably. Annoyingly for us. Yep, I'm thinking instinctively that we're not going to get a single person stopping. To be honest though, the key difference I think between the Easter holidays and the summer is when British school children are off, it's almost always the kids that want to get a picture with a soldier. See, they're pointing, but will they? Nope, look at this. Well, if none of you want to pitch then, you can all get lost. I'm going back to the yard. Fair enough, really. Why should he give his time so generously if nobody wants to get a picture? I think people are going to start doing those poses like they do at the Pompidou Centre and elsewhere, where you're kind of standing on those granite blocks trying to hold on to something. So optically it looks like you're, for example, holding on to a famous building. We see the tourists doing it in Parliament Square, Big Ben and so on. And it's kind of annoying, to be honest, that genre of picture taking has arrived here. Very interesting, actually, the colour difference between the horse in front, who's been clipped and is very, very, very brown looking, and the horse behind us. So the trooper's really making sure he's getting his steps in today. Look, here he comes again, having marched all the way to the end of the tunnel and back. Quite impressive. That said, guys, I did 14.5k steps yesterday, which probably explains why I was absolutely dead by the time I got back yesterday evening. Oh, this horse got a cold. What do you think? I'm just looking behind me. It's an interesting and difficult decision to make because 1 minute we've got people coming consecutively and quickly at this end. Next minute, no one, and at the other end. So I mean, like, what do you do? I should actually strap a camera to the back of my head, stand here in the middle. That way we get to film both boxes and both horses simultaneously. That would actually be the smart decision. And it's actually surprising, to be honest, that none of the people that filmed with multiple devices have yet thought of that. Because would it not be great to get software to combine the two images into a 360-degree permanent view of everything that happens in horse guards on, for example, a single morning? It would be possible, the technology exists, etc. Yours truly will not do that because it would feel super odd walking around with a camera strapped on my back. But I don't think the shop is really going to be selling very much this morning either, to be fair. I say this morning, we're now at 12:30. Bing bong, there it is. Which I think, guys, is going to have to equal the end. Yeah. The quietest day, I'm pretty sure, ever. I don't remember a day when we've had so few people coming through. and taking their time with the horses or with the guards. It's a very curious state of affairs, isn't it? But like I said, enjoy it, because this time next week things are going to be very, very, very different, and the horse will not be like this. Look, if I stand back, look at this. I'm virtually at the road. Look, there's absolutely no one. It's completely deserted. You think it's -15 or whatever? Odd, no? I should have actually taken a picture then, because we never get that quiet except in the middle of the night. Anyway, let's see if we get a last couple of people on the video today. If we just get one person with a horse, it would be nice. Yeah, this is bro from Winnipeg. Canadian in the house. I bet the second I go, there'll be like a massive protest or something will happen, or the government will be overthrown or whatever. It's always on the days that you think that's it and nothing's going to happen that it does happen. And I talk about it being quiet in front, guys. It is, you can see that, but that doesn't mean it's, we're devoid of people here. Look, you see, there's still plenty of people out and about, but as you can see, they're not out and about interactively in terms of getting pictures with the horse. Curious one, eh? Baby clop. The upside is that there's a guard change tomorrow, and this weekend, all hopefully 3 sun-drenched days of it, will be Blues and Royals on duty from Friday to Monday. So that's something to look forward to. I bet something's kicking off somewhere. It's definitely not here. As you can see. Curious, no? Mon cœur. Does that not mean like my lion? They've given up, guys. Tourists have quit. That's it. We're all going to close our channels. It actually wouldn't make a difference to me whether the video gets 10 views or 10,000 views. At the end of the day, it's the experience that we generally find ourselves in here that makes it fun. But honestly, look, what's going on today? It's like everybody's eaten something or been infected with some kind of zombie virus. Look, just stuck. But not anywhere near the horse. Oh, hold on. Gosh, look, a rare sight. An actual tourist posing with the horse. And you're about the 5th one, I think, in today's entire video, which for 68 minutes is quite extreme and extraordinary. Will we get one more? Is that it? I was hoping it's going to be this dude. Flipping, look at that. He can see Buckingham Palace without even getting on tiptoe. Here's our last, guys. Yep, that's it. My apologies to all of you that that watched the whole 68 minutes expecting a lot of interesting fashion choices, because you know what? As you can see today, nope, it's not our day, guys. So for myself and all of these tourists, oh, take 3, that's a wrap. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a wrap. There we are. I'm out of here, people. Bye for now.